It was a gradual process. It was not like you wake up one day and you're saying, okay, let's go. I'm quitting my job, leaving everything, and just going full speed. Especially if you have a family to support, you got to be a little bit sensible of what you're doing. So the best way or that I can recommend is do it to transition. Yeah. And one of the most common problems is the desire is there, but the time is missing. And then we're back at this time thing. Yeah? It's not just Fibonacci time, Igor time. It's the actual time that you need to process all this information and be able to take the trades. I specifically remember a Wednesday where I had to go to work, back-to-back operations, so I knew I was going to be away from even the phone all day. And I knew that Wednesday had a FIB time on it. It had the level on it, and if I'm not at the PC, I will miss the entry. So guess what happened? I got home, and it happened EAP, exactly as predicted, but I wasn't there. So that's really a challenge. So I think the most sensible recommendation I can give is if you can make it work, take maybe one day off a week, obviously Wednesday, and, and that's your trading day. You're not quitting or reducing your job just to go have fun. I mean, I guess you can do that too, but actually use that day as your serious, put on your trading hat day and really treat the day as a normal business or work day and make that day count. And if you start seeing that you're getting there and accumulating the experience that you need, then perhaps you can take 2 days off of work and only work instead of 80%, maybe 60%, you know? So transition out of it. That's probably the most sensible thing to do because I think it also puts too much psychological pressure on you if you have to say, okay, now I have to make money right now with trades right now. Because that's going to force you to take trades at the point of control with this amplitude. And TP1 is like $10 away and you're like, yeah. So you need the nice ranges to be there, and sometimes the market is slow. So be it. But it will pick up speed. And we see this every time, constricting price action, boom, violent breakout at some point. Yeah, and then you're ready. So my recommendation would be to do it slowly. That's how I did it too. I transitioned over the years. The passion was growing and growing, so I knew, okay, that's what I want to do. And on the colleagues note, it wasn't so difficult to leave some of my colleagues, to be honest. I'm actually very happy. I do miss others. Others were really great people, but some of them I'm like, okay, bye.
Well, for me, it was the hard way. It was, a business to run, kids, and that's why you guys are now fortunate enough to have a trading journal, a routine, because those were the first things I started teaching when I joined Chat Champions. I started with a routine because that's what, like the sessions, for example, those sessions were born because at that time I was sitting down either to do like lunch or do something, and I started recognizing these patterns. So for me, that was my hedge. I was like, okay, I can see something here. So, okay, I'll do the business in the morning. I'll come early, do that, listen to Daniel in the car on the way home, and then those times, like around 6 a.m., 12 p.m., 8 because the kids are in bed, all of these times are relevant. I like good times. And at those times, I was at the computer. So for me, it was very much like, okay, this is my model. This is what I want to be trading. So the rest of the day, you've got time to do all the other things, all your day-to-day, business, routines, kids, everything else, and you just make it fit. You just have to do it hard, work, and just go above and beyond. So for me, it was the journal, the routine, and just be consistent. And when you're consistent, and like, for example, in a week, you're looking at your trading statistics, your results, and then you look at the business, you're like, wow, that's a lot of sweat. And this is like also hard work, but enjoyable, really nice, and you make the move. But it takes time. So don't think it's going to be like 1 week or 2 weeks. You need those long samples. And yeah, that takes time. So journal, routine. Kids. Takes time.
Yeah. For me, it was a bit different because I got lucky that I actually got a job at Chat Champions when I was start trading. So for that, thank you, Daniel, again. And then, obviously, you got a job, right? And you start slowly, you want to become a trader, and you start to learn slowly, and you move from paper trading to small position, and then one day you realize that you actually become a profitable trader. And that's good. But then, and I think it happened to me, and I think it will happen to everyone, and that is the point where actually will define you as a trader, long term. you become profitable, and then you slowly start to increase position size, and then you move to bigger, bigger, and bigger. But in the same time, you forget about risk management, you become overconfident, and you are in a rush. You want to make money fast. You want to become rich. You want to become a millionaire. And you see people in the group that they make money, right? So I would say there will be a moment in your life when you will lose money, like big money. You take that big loss. And then you need to step back just a bit, try to understand what went wrong there, right? And try to learn from that mistake and try never to repeat that same mistake twice. Okay, that's first thing. Second, and most important, like Victor and Igor said, you need time. Don't expect to become profitable, like consistently profitable in 1 year or maybe 2. It takes time. You become profitable pretty fast, I would say. There is that possibility, but you want to be consistent long term. So to even think about becoming a pro trader, you need at least 1.5 to 2 years to have consistently to become profitable, like every day, every week, every month. And only after that, you can slowly make the transition from your job, business, whatever you do, to becoming a trader. It takes time, and you don't have to be in a rush. Think about it like Igor said, think about it as a business. It takes time to grow that business, to make sure that you can actually make money every day. Doesn't matter how the market is. Maybe one day you have volatility, maybe one day the price just consolidates in 0.5%, right? So you need time, patience, and journal your trades. Try to learn from your mistakes. And it takes time. I would say patience is the key word here, in my opinion.